here with Cryptic Shift at ArcTanGent. Guys, how's it going? How was it today?
It was good, great set. It's good to be here.
Yeah, it felt great.
Yeah, it's sweet. Awesome to be at a UK festival. Finally, playing a nice open air one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Are you guys ArcTanGent veterans as punters or?
No, not at all. When we got asked to play, we'd heard the name, but we weren't exactly sure what the crowd was, because there's some techie proggy bands and some math rock kind of stuff, but I think that stuff, fans of that stuff can appreciate us, because we've got a couple elements of the progginess, and we've got a bit of spectrum of it. So.
No, I mean more than a couple of elements, I would say, but yeah, it's definitely it's a great lineup to be on. Who else are you looking forward to seeing while you're here?
Unfortunately, we're only here for the day. I might check out Maybe She Will later on, because I saw them a couple of years ago and I'd like to check them out again.
Yeah, I'd love to see Opeth, but that's on Saturday.
Of course, yeah.
I caught a bit of Imperial Triumphant after our set, that was sick. And I'd really like to see Massive, the Fermenting Dregs, but they're on another day. They're this really cool shoegaze band from Japan. And I don't know when they're going to be back in the UK, so it sucks to miss them.
Of course. I really feel like Cryptic Shifts have kind of begun to create a wave around themselves, very much under the radar, but you played with Gate Creeper, you've got dates with Cattle Decapitation and Akakok coming up. What do you feel has made that possible?
I just think putting the dedication in for years and believing in ourselves, not compromising on anything when releasing our debut album. We're 100% happy with everything, and you give respect, you get respect back.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
Yeah, again as well, the success of the record was really cool. Thankfully, putting out a record during the pandemic worked in our favour, so it feels like we're kind of catching up now, because before the pandemic we'd done a cool few shows, but I think with the success of the record and the name getting out there a bit more, and with the signing with Metal Blade Records and stuff like that, sure, people like Xander said, are starting to give us a bit more respect and stuff like that, and taking the band more seriously, which is great.
No, absolutely, you're right. Speaking of the last record, how does a 25-minute song like Moonbow Immolation come to fruition in the practice room?
Well, it all follows a science fiction adventure. So we write the music to follow the ups and downs of it. It opens up with a guy who wakes up in a ship. We don't know who he is, how he got there. So we open the album with a mysterious sample, some strange chords that suggest some ambiguity, and then he falls through this portal. So there's this ethereal moment with some fading guitars, and then he comes out of this portal in a space battle above a gas giant, the asteroid belt. So it's an action scene from Star Wars.
Yeah.
So there we ramp up and do some thrash metal kind of stuff with solos. We just follow it through, and the first segment of the record just fit with 25 minutes, man. We didn't write it, the story wrote it, and we had to adhere to that, man.
So the song wrote itself around being an epic 25-minute. That's cool. No, I like that. I mean, the first impression that I guess any listener would get is that you guys are insanely technical musicians, but who are the instrumentalists you look up to as a drummer and as a guitarist or vocalist yourself?
For me as a drummer, I'm always keeping ears out for people like Dave Lombardo, one of my favourites, Gene Hoglan, of course.
Yes.
Gene Hoglan, of course, for all of his work, because every record he plays on, he plays a little bit different, and that's kind of cool.
He adapts his style, doesn't he?
Yeah, for sure. The drummer, Vinny Days from Demolition Hammer, he's one of my favourite drummers. See, none of these guys as well are over-technical players, either, in my opinion, which is kind of cool. But for the more technical guys, and especially the modern guys, Charlie, who plays in Void Ceremony and he plays in Incantation now, he's probably my favourite drummer in the scene at the minute.
Vector were probably one of the first bands that I absolutely loved, because they brought that sci-fi stuff with the thrash, because we're all thrashers really,
I hear the Vector influence.
You what?
I do hear the Vector influence.
Yeah, man. Outer Isolation, love that especially.
Yeah.
And then Revocation, Dave Davidson's one of my guitar heroes, so to speak. He really opened the door for understanding how like you can work music theory in and making chords work. And you know, every time we go into a guitar solo, the riff underneath is like dictating what happens in the solo, and like bringing in different flavors, you know, rather than it all being in like open. Like for example, track 2 on the record is all in. We play in E flat, but the key is in D, so you can't bring out this like open note. So I like using those kind of just keeping like theory in mind a little bit, just to create a more like unique experience when writing and stuff.
No, I definitely hear like a jazz. I mean, I know David Davison's a very jazz influenced player, and I hear that jazzy definite or like atheist influence over you guys as well.
Jazz is sick, man. I've taken a couple of little licks from like Wes Montgomery or stuff like that. So
it's a good way to make yourself stand out as a player. But no, it's cool. Jazz is sweet. What's on the horizon for Cryptic Shifts? Is there new records you'd like to see?
We're writing the record. It's will come out in due time, but the visitations put a lot of work and a lot of time into it, so we're going to do the same for the next one. Hopefully record it next year.
And with that in mind, visitations came out during a pandemic, so we didn't necessarily get the time to appropriately tour it or promote it. There's still a lot of people who haven't heard the record live yet, so you know, we still are dedicating a lot of time to making sure we're performing live. I mean, this year we've done all sorts. We did a 2-week-long Europe tour with Torres Skelter Remains. We're currently doing a few dates with Cattle Decapitation. We've got shows next month. We've got UK Death Fest next month, which is going to be awesome.
It's a great lineup.
Yeah, for real. The shows with Acre Cocker, and then
this year's turned out really well with these shows. And,
sure.
I like playing at ArcTanGent. There's a lot of new fans to capture on.
To win over, yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's all about, man. Like now it feels like we're finally promoting the record in the live environment.
It feels like from the outside that there's a real, there's a buzz around Cryptic Shift, and I really hope it all goes well for you guys.
Awesome.
Guys, I've got one last question. We're at a festival today, quite a rainy one at that, but there's a lot of food stalls. What's the festival food of choice for you two?
Well, our food coupons. I got the short stick, and I got well, it wasn't that bad actually. It was a hot dog. It was a fat hot dog. Really fat. It was great.
I just had the pad thai. Nothing out the ordinary for me. It's cool.
Yeah, I thought I had the short stick, but it was good. Black, crispy, half chili, half brown sauce. Turned out alright.
Best of both worlds. Guys, it's been great to hang out and speak. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website www.therazorsedge.rocks.